Well, we have the HDFC numbers flashing on your screen, and it is in line with expectations. So 1,425 crores, which compares to 1,426.7 crores. Remember that, but the stock is reacting negatively to that. But to be fair, this stock itself has seen a strong run. So maybe there is some amount of routine profit booking which is coming on account of the numbers, because the net profit is bang in line with estimates, 1,425 crores, which compares to our poll of 1,426.7 crores. Now, the deal with the HDFC is generally the numbers do come out in terms of the NII as well as the net interest margins, etc., with a lag. So we don't have those numbers to react to immediately. We just primarily have the profit numbers to react to right away. And from that, we can see that it is an inline set of numbers in what we are expecting for HDFC. So as always, the net profit is in line. So it comes in at a growth of around 11 to 12% for the quarter. Remember that there are a couple of reasons why the net profit would not have been as robust as expected in terms of a percentage growth. That is because they will be accounting for the deferred tax liability, which they have been doing in the past 3 quarters. So it is estimated that the deferred tax liability would have been around 90 crores odd. To put it into perspective, it was 74.4 crores in Q1. It was 83.27 crores in Q2. So there's an expectation that it should come in at that 90.
It's come in at 87.29 crores, so in line with street expectations.
87.29 crores is very close to what the 90 crore figure was, what the street was expecting. So it's a good performance, at least on the bottom line. It's a bang in line performance rather for HDFC this time round on the bottom line. 1425 compares to our poll of 1426 crores. It results in a growth of around 11 to 12%. But Vaibhav Agrawal of Angel Broking joins in to tell us what he thinks of the HDFC numbers now. Vaibhav, it's in line with what the street was working with?
Yeah, these numbers on the bottom line are pretty much exactly in line with our estimates.
Okay. Anything more that you would like to add in terms of what you've seen from the numbers as of now, Vaibhav? Because it's a growth of around 12%. So the profit was expected to be subdued. But if you could just tell our viewers why the profit estimates were expected to be subdued this quarter?
You know, clearly the net profit number is being impacted by a couple of things for HDFC since 2 quarters. One of that is the deferred tax, and the other, you know, generally even on the dividend and investment income. If you actually adjust for these numbers, you know, we were expecting, adjusted for these numbers, about a 16% growth. Now, of course, we don't yet have the data on the investment income, but barring any surprises, you know, it looks like that is what they've delivered.
Okay. What are you expecting in terms of the other income this time round? Are you expecting it to be, you know, supported by that sale of, you know, of the HDFC Life stake to Azim Premji? Is it expected to have been added into this quarter?
No, we would, you know, wait for clarity on whether it has been added or not. We were taking about a total of 166 crores on that front.
Okay. Why do you think the stock is reacting negatively to its numbers then? Is it simply because profit booking, considering that the stock has been, you know, has gained around 15% on a month-to-date basis at current reckoning?
Yeah, that's what we believe, you know, because after the substantial increase in the stock price on FY16, book value is trading at a very rich 5.5x price to book, which is really quite expensive. And so a little bit of profit booking is not surprising.
Okay.
Vaibhav, what would be your expectations in terms of the NII as well as net interest margins this quarter?
So, you know, as far as the spreads are concerned, we again, you know, they have been quite stable for HDFC, and we expect it to have remained quite stable. The NII number that we were working with was around 2140.
Okay. So we are still awaiting for the Excel sheet to come through so we can calculate the NII figures. But right now we're just working with the standalone figures which the company has delivered. Vaibhav, wanted to ask you in terms of valuations, because that one seems to be the most highly valued at this point in time. HDFC, it's already trading at around 6 times FY15 and, you know, over 5 times FY16 as well, price to book value. Do you think that there could be any sort of shave off in the near term, or do you think that the valuations will sustain at these levels?
You know, I mean, considering the outlook for housing finance, possibly, you know, and also the some amount of, you know, speculation on the merger that might actually happen, these valuations may sustain, but as far as we can see it, it's quite expensive, and so we would maintain a neutral view on the stock.
Okay. All right, Vaibhav, we leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and talking to us. So that's the prima facie number that we have on HDFC at this point in time, where the profit figure has come in 11.5% higher at 1425 crores, which compares to 1277 crores.